Hi, how are you? Welcome to the Essence of Life. And today we're going to talk about the Blue Ocean Strategy. Blue Ocean Strategy is a marketing strategy whereby you get out of the competition of the shark. The red ocean is it's where the sharks are in the ocean, and there's a lot of stiff competition. Maybe you have a product that you are offering, and there's a lot of competition because there are so many people who are offering same product or similar product. So you find yourself that you're competing for the same market, and one way or another you end up losing because of the stiff competition, because there are so many barriers to entry in the business. And for you to succeed, it's advisable to maybe opt for a market that is not fully saturated with the product that you're offering. Like there's some cases where, say, okay, like if maybe you sell maybe say alcohol, and maybe like there are some areas where there are so many people who are selling alcohol, but they are selling the product of beer, but few people are selling wine. You may decide to try selling wine because already people are consuming alcohol. That means there's market for the product that you're selling. But then you have to come up with an alternative, and that is wine, because wine is an alternative for alcohol. For beer, I mean, because both are alcohol. But so if there's no one who is offering the wine as a product, then you are bound to succeed in that market, because already the market is there because people are drinking alcohol, and you're offering wine, which is an alternative to alcohol, but it's another form of it's an alternative to beer, but it's another form of alcohol. So I will give you a story about my childhood. I grew up in a village. Like I've said in another video, I grew up in a village that is an interior village in somewhere in Nakuru. In fact, we are neighboring the forest, and this place was as green as they can never be. But the good thing with it is that it was abundant, like the food was in plenty, and everybody there was, I think everybody was super happy. So one thing about that place is, although the schools were near because everybody used to go to that school. And okay, if you remember, a long time ago, schools were okay. Most people used to walk for like 5 kilometers to access the school, but lucky for us, the school was like 1 kilometer away. So at least we were thankful for that, because next to the school was a church, and next to the church was it was a colony. Okay, it was a colonial setting, and because of that, there was even a colonial cemetery. So I can say we were lucky to have a school nearby. But for other amenities, we used to enjoy. Okay, for other amenities, that's where the problem is, because we used to walk like 5 kilometers to access a shop. Okay, of course, there were some people who were holding a village kiosk, but in those village kiosks, there are sometimes you go and okay, they used to stock like, say, like 2 kgs of sugar, and the 2 kgs of sugar, they were stocked in quarters, quarter. So imagine if maybe some family woke up and decided to buy a half kg or a 1 kg. So the rest of the village had to miss out. So you had to walk you had to walk for a long distance to access a shop. Okay, if you went to that kiosk and found the product that you are looking for isn't available or is out of stock, then you had to walk like 5 kilometers to access the next shop where you can buy, where you are guaranteed to get everything that you wanted. So that was when I was like, I think I was like 7. Yeah, I was like 7. So then they came these jamas. They were like they were okay. They came okay. They were original residents of that area. Okay, not the neighbor, not the same village, but the neighboring village. But they came and bought land near that village of ours, and they saved us the distance. They constructed a shop, Okay, they developed and made they started a shop. They started a bakery where they used to sell donuts, and they got a portion made. Later, after some investment, they even erected two pool tables. So they started a shopping center on their own. Okay, there are some people who are jealous, and those are these people just came in and now they are taking our money. But one thing they fail to understand is the numerous trips people they save people because okay, for portion meal we used to walk like 5 kilometers to go get unga. So we used to walk like a group of say five boys because okay alone and you see that place is forest. It has so many trees and there were even rumors that somebody spotted there were even rumors that somebody spotted a cheetah somewhere. So it was rough, but it persevered. But so these guys when they came, they were like saviors to us. Okay, not everybody was happy about it because they were coming to take the money, and of course people are jealous, and jealousy has been the order of the day. And here come these guys are taking our money, and nobody in our village can be able to compete with them. So you see that kind of jealousy, yeah. But for people like us who are the one who are doing the work of going to get the portion meal and going to get the sugar, it was like a blessing to us. And we usually, okay, when I was going to, okay, when somebody maybe sent me to go get something from that shop, I usually used to pray to God, hey, let there be that thing on that shop because you can imagine how many kilometers I'm going to walk to go get the sugar. So, long story short, those people had the opportunity of going to invest maybe in another area that was populated. Not populated, they had the opportunity of going to invest in another area that had maybe that was more developed. But they opted to invest in that village because first of all there were people and that means there was market. But had they decided to maybe go to those other mushrooming towns, maybe they wouldn't have been successful as they are right now. So what I'm trying to say is, nowadays with the devolution and everything being devolved, there are so many towns that are mushrooming, and these towns are they are rich havens where you can invest in any form of business. Even if it's IT, you can invest in a village nowadays. Okay, not village per se, but those counties because first of all there's market, people are learned. It's not like before when we used to have like, and there are so many people in the villages nowadays who have degrees but are still hanging there because there's nowhere to go. So what I'm saying is the world is becoming like an ocean, and if you want to invest in any form of business, with the devolution and with everything now being available everywhere, and the world becoming a global thing, so long as there is internet, there's electricity, there's water, then you can even erect a shack somewhere and start living there. Because if that's what you do, then you're going to succeed because I mean, why can't you? Okay, nowadays nowadays I pity people who still thinks remaining in the cities and starting business in the city is more profitable than starting businesses in this satellite towns. First of all, there's market for whatever business idea that you have. There's market. That is one thing for sure. There's market. Secondly, the cost of starting that business in town is more cheaper compared to starting it in those satellite towns. First of all, there's no goodwill in most buildings. The rent there is like super low. Of also the cost of entry into business is minimal because there is few competition, and that means even the kanchos won't take a lot of money compared to in the cities. But the problem with us is we have this mentality that you can never succeed in the village, and in the village there's no money. Not forgetting that in those devolved villages nowadays, even in the remotest part of any place, you will find a police post, you will find a school, you will find hospitals, and those people they have money and they have the capacity to buy your products. So it's all about finding out a business where it's all about finding a business that you can succeed in and starting it out. And yeah, it's going to succeed thanks to the blue ocean strategy.